particularly now an interest that has also been shown by Iran, because this Iranian official has come out and said that Iran is willing to offer a helping hand over here in this Kerala nurse case.
Hi, thank you for having me. Well, I will tell you, just as a way of introduction, that my last official appointment was as an advisor to the United Nations in Yemen. So I actually have dealt with the authorities in Sana'a fairly regularly in the past few years. It is, as far as Iran is concerned, this is probably an opportunity to get some international goodwill points. I mean, the case of Miss Priya has taken an international importance. I mean, pushed by not only her family but also by the support that she gets at home in India, and that has sort of internationalized the case. As far as the authorities in Sana'a are concerned, their interest isn't so much in the justice bit, but it is in two things. One is the financial resources, and two, it's the international clout, and just being seen as a magnanimous party to that issue. And that's why I feel that the authorities in Sana'a actually have an interest in seeing that pushed through. Iran, as far as Iran is concerned, it is a low-cost political intervention, shall we say, for them, but also something that can generate goodwill. So in a way, there is that small perfect storm of actors that are not, shall we say, not pushed by the right humane incentives, but ultimately will hopefully lead to the release of Miss Priya. So that's that perfect storm of self-interested actors that are now in a position to, maybe do something good for someone.
Okay, also, drawing a contrast, Mohammed, when there was a case in the courts of Qatar, and this was about a handful of the Indian Naval veterans who had been put behind bars, and there was death penalty against them. And at that point of time as well, the Indian diplomats, the Indian foreign minister himself had traveled to Iran, but Iran wasn't as explicit in offering its support. These two cases are, in contrast. Over here, it's just a matter of offering the blood money as per the tribal laws and be done with the entire process, which Iran is perhaps happy to, speak about it and offer help in public, versus a much more controversial case which was being fought by India in Qatar.
Well, two small things here. Is that one is that the diya isn't just customary law, but it also is enshrined in common law, right? So all of these processes just follow normal common law processes. They go through courts, the money's paid, etc., etc., etc. I do not know sufficiently to compare with the Qatar case, I'm afraid. But I will tell you that the two key differences here are Qatar versus the authorities in Sana'a today. Very different global interest, but also their interest clout locally, and also the relationship of Iran with each of these parties, right? Iran with the relationship of Iran with Yemen, with authorities in Sana'a, it's not. It would be unfair to characterize it as a client state, to characterize Iran as a client. Characterize Yemen as a client state of Iran, because the relationship is a lot more complex than that. But it remains that Yemen has a lot more influence over Sana'a than anyone else, than probably any other actors in the world. So this is something where it is not a costly intervention for them to try to weigh in on that.
Okay.
So it is very much the self-interest of the different parties again, unfortunately, and it ends up being innocent people who are caught in the middle of that.
Okay, Professor